Hello, welcome back to Blender Sushi Live Noding. So the other day we have a look at like a very basic matrix with our teacher iJar. Now for this one we're gonna do something that's a little bit more complex with vector and matrix. So let's just get started. So you know that you can have a box and you can have like a lot of boxes. Like I said before, you can use a vector p field and you can generate array of boxes very easily. And this guy, currently we have like how many? Three. So let's say we have 27 boxes. Let's save this first. So as v matrix complex. If we actually bake this out, we're gonna have like 27 objects. And 27 objects is fine, but as soon as we increase this to 10 by 10 by 10, so we have like 1,000 objects. Once you have 1,000 objects in Blender, so you have to be careful. If you want to have like a lot of objects, you need to kind of make it like a single object. So in order to do that, you can use matrix apply. This is one way to do it, and one of the easiest way. You can join them into a single object because perhaps they'll never gonna move. I mean, they always stay like that, and if you bake it, this guy is now a single object. So a single object, no matter you have like 125 or increase it more and more, it's still gonna be like pretty fast. And you also with the vector p field, you can also kind of randomize and kind of remove based on the distance. So this is like a very quick and easy way to kind of avoid any overlapping objects. This might come in handy, so let's try make it like 1.5 and then increase the number, and you will see that you don't get like a overlapping cube, so that's pretty cool. And you can bake it out and you have a like a new arrangement. So that's pretty cool. So with Sverchok you can also easily like randomize each and every single cube. So you can actually use a randomize input vertices here, and let's give some kind of randomizations. Currently you can see all the cube are kind of the same. So if you want to have like a different cube, I believe you can use range integer plug into the seed and the number should be the total number of the cube itself. So get a list length, get a total number of this guy. We have 52 and just plug this into this guy right here. So now, oops, we have 52 cubes all with a different different shapes of cube because of this randomized input vertices. So that's also pretty cool, and you can randomize the seed by just changing the start value there. So that's another way to make like a lot of objects. But you know that in Blender, if you want, let's say we have like a couple of different variations. I'm just changing and then hitting the bake. If you want to turn this into something that's more complicated, you can actually kind of just create a couple of different samples. And so now I have 6 of these random looking objects, and they are already grouped. So the quick way is that you can perhaps just create like a particles. That's a like Blender built in. Create a particle system and then make like 1,000 objects, and then for each one of them you just select a group. If I'm not wrong, now we have like quite a lot. Let's check it out. Let's make this a little bit bigger, and we can actually hide the emitter and look at it with just a render only. So now here we have something that's really complex, like 6 variations of these weird structures, and then we also have like 1,000 of them, all randomized. So here we are achieving like some kind of complexity very easily, and then still manageable. See, we only have particles on the outside of this box. You can easily change that using volume and then randomize it. So now we really have something that's pretty complicated. So this is how I like to work. If I want to make something that's really complex, but then I want to also take advantage of the nodes framework, like using Sverchok in this case. But you will see that also animation nodes can kind of do this kind of instancing. It's actually very interesting kind of workflow. Let's say we can also randomize the rotations just to add more randomness. So 1,000, see, like 1,000 instance of this 6 different samples of these objects create something that's looking very detailed and complex, almost like a leaves on a tree. So that's really, if you actually want to do more complexity, you can render this out from different angles and then just instant just that maybe just like a sprites. So that's really just a quick way to think about complexity. You build from, I think, a very basic boxes, and then you randomize each boxes, and then for each boxes you kind of create a variations of those boxes in different arrangement, and yeah, suddenly it's become kind of thing, kind of thinking in the different level of complexity. And there you go. That's another look at matrix and vector and procedural workflow using nodes. Sverchok add-on in Blender. Hopefully you find this useful. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.